Hello, world. My name is Ahk Lord Mullins, and this is the Ahk Report. And if you don't know or haven't heard by now or seen, Will Smith has smacked the dog shit out of Chris Rock on international television. Why, you may ask? Well, he got smacked for doing what Chris Rock does, telling jokes. They were at an award show. What they do at award shows, they make jokes on the audience. They make light of situations and everyone laugh. They move on. Ha ha, funny. They go on. There have been so many people who have been made fun of and joked about at award shows and events like this that hasn't done anything that Will Smith has done to Chris Rock. There is one particular award show that I believe we all remember. Well, there was two where, and mind you, there were two individuals who have done something like this at these kind of shows where they should not have done it or should not have been there. Which is the reason why I believe Kanye is now no longer was no longer allowed to go to an award show because they were afraid he was going to do something like this. And the sad thing about this is the one person they thought would do something like this is not even the person who has done something like this. Kanye has walked up on stage and grabbed the mic and stated that Taylor Swift didn't deserve the award, that Beyonce deserved the award. Again, disrespectful, wrong place, wrong time, should not have been done on no level at all. Disrespectful. Another one was Little Mama when she walked up on stage with, I believe, when Jay Z and I think it was Jay Z and Alicia Keys at the time, if I'm not mistaken. After their performance, and she walked up on stage, for her little whatever she tried to get, she felt like she was in the moment. Again, wrong place, wrong time, disrespectful, shouldn't have done it. Now we get to yesterday. Chris Rock made a joke. He was making a lot of jokes. People were laughing. He said that he loved Jada. Everyone laughed. Everyone joked. You know how they do it at award shows. But what happened is, at the end of it, he told uh, Jada that G.I. Jane 2, he said G.I. Jane 2 can't wait to see it. Everybody laughed. Will even laughed hard for it. But Jada didn't laugh. Jada and Lapita, because Lapita laughed, but she didn't laugh. She like chuckled and like tilted her head to the side and looked over at Jada. Jada made the face that those of us in the Black African American community, I really wish they hurry up and figure out what our real nationality, race, or which is imaginary, or whatever they want to call us, because black ain't it. But that's neither here nor there. Let me get back on subject. Jada made that face that we see so often in our home, in our communities, in our schools, jobs, from women that look like. When Chris Rock made the statement, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, Jada's face to me told it all. Because Jada made that face that most women make when a man that they don't particularly care for, who they don't particularly like, who they don't particularly think too highly of, says anything about them that may be funny, but they don't find it too funny because it came out of that particular person's mouth. I don't know if anyone else had made that statement, it would have made any difference. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. To me, that statement alone, it was just like, I really didn't get the joke until later. I hear other people talking about it, and I'm like, oh, okay. Because I thought maybe she did a movie called G.I. Jane or something and was supposed to be into the Oscars but didn't come or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, it was stupid, didn't make sense to me. So at that point, again, like I said, Will laughed hard. But I guess when Will finally looked at his wife and seen that she was not laughing at all, that she was pissed, is when Will realized, oh shit, I gotta fix this. Because see, the other scenario in this is like I said, there's always a female. There's always a female friend. Some of the time that female has a man. And if that man does anything to him that female feels or he feels embarrasses that female, he may feel to justify that wrong. He has to do something stupid, outrageous, pointless, just to prove to that woman that he loves her and that he's on her side. That is what Will Smith did in this situation. When he got up out of his seat, walked up on the stage, and smacked the dog shit out of Chris Rock. Moving over to Chris Rock, he's a better man than me because I don't know if I could have stood there and remembered that I'm at work, there are cameras everywhere. I don't know how I'm not going to react to a man walking up on me and basically pimp smacking me on international television in front of the world. And I just got to stand here and take it. Like think that I don't think that is cool. But like I said, Chris Rock is a better man than me because the moment that I seen Will Smith walking up on me, my fight or flight senses were to start kicking in. Me processing on, is he coming up here to be cool or do I gotta get ready to square up? Because the way Will Smith came up, even in that moment before he smacked Chris Rock in the face, that gave Chris Rock enough time to get his positioning ready to either deflect Will Smith as he's about to smack him in the face, to block Will Smith, to dip Will Smith, to counter Will Smith, to do any kind of defense. And he had no defense for that five fingers speaking to his face. And as you can see from this picture right here, that smack that Will gave, that smack spoke volumes. That smack spoke volumes because Will has been being made a fool of for the past few years, or probably longer than that. I don't know. It just really got bad with the Jada August Alsina thing. I mean, please, um, I'm going to tread lightly with this whole situation right here. I do not need Will and Jaden uh popping up on me because they're about that. I really see they really about that life. With the Jada and the August Alsina situation, even with the Will and Jada Red Table Talk, and then after that with something else that came out, and then with the whole Jada and Tupac speculation, and Will being who Will is, having the spotlight on him like this, and having to deal with this and continue to walk around with a smile on your face, pretending like you're okay and nothing is bothering you. Not even just the whole Jada him and Jada situation, and period. Let's put also life on it. With Will Smith being a black man in the entertainment industry, the pressure that he has to be under every day to try to do the right thing, to try not to do the wrong thing, to try to portray the positive image in society that America does not want to let anyone in the so-called Black African American communities to have. But on this particular day, Will snapped and he just had enough. Some may say Will was angry, oh, Will did this, oh, because of Jada, oh, and all the memes and things. The funniest was it said that Tupac would have shot him. That is, people are going crazy with the memes now about this whole situation. But like I said, the sad thing here is the fact that Will felt as though the only way to defend his honor as a man, defend his woman's, his wife's feelings, and to finally say the biggest FU to the world who has been clowning him these past few years. You can tell now if you go back and watch the video. Will Smith took all of that, walked up to Chris Rock, stood in Chris Rock's face, balled his hand back, raising it high up in the air, spinning it around, windmilling it back, and knocking the soul out of Chris Rock, while at the same time telling the world to put some respect on his name. Because, like I said, we're used to things like this happening with Kanye West or maybe Lil Mama, but not Will Smith. It used to be Bill Cosby, Will Smith, because of them throwing all that dirt on Bill's name. Our so-called last hope was Will and Jada. Now I guess we have only J and B. Because even in that situation, all of that happened in the elevator, and still to this day, we really don't know what happened in that elevator. But we do know that Will Smith, on international television, in front of the world, got up out of his seat, walked on stage, and smacked the dog shit out of Chris Rock. I mean, I guess we got confused and forgot about who Will Smith was because he did a show called The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, where it was all laughy, laughy, jokey, jokey, and making light of everything. And that really damaged his hip hop brand because Will started off as a rapper. He's a good rapper. But because of his subject matter, people didn't gravitate to him, didn't like him. It's sad. People forgot who Will Smith was because he did a movie called 6 Degrees of Separation. If you don't know about that movie, haven't seen that movie, go watch it. You'll understand. People, we seem to forget who Will Smith was because, well, he made Wild Wild West trash of a movie. I mean, that was a horrible movie. And then Will just became a Hollywood actor, and we just equated Will with Hollywood, Will with California, Will with Jada. You see, in the beginning of this, Will was a rapper. Then he did Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Laffy Laffy, Campy Campy. Sunday, Will walked up on Chris Rock and smacked the dog shit out of him. That's not the Fresh Prince of Bel Air that I grew up on. But Will walking up on Chris Rock and smacking the dog shit out of him at an award show on international television, well, according to this new Fresh Prince of Bel Air, this is the Will Smith that we forgot about. We forgot that Will Smith is from West Philadelphia and not really from out there in California. And Birdman told Charlemagne the God to put respect on his name. He didn't physically harm him. He didn't physically touch him. He just repeatedly told him, put some respect on my name. He was even as close to Charlemagne the God as Will Smith was to Chris Rock. At the same time, Charlemagne was alone. Birdman had all the cash money with him. And he did not lay a hand on Charlemagne the God. And he just repeatedly said, put some respect on my name. Like I said, we forgot that Will is from West Philadelphia. And it's weird to believe this new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Will about that on site action. He didn't walk up to Chris Rock and say anything. Nothing at all. He didn't say put some respect on my name. He didn't say keep my wife's name out of your mouth. No. What he did was he walked up to him, smacked the dog shit out of him, went and sat down. And I guess because they cut some things out, I guess Chris Rock must have been running off at the mouth, like what them itch people do who get punked like that. They don't defend themselves. They rather run off at their mouth to try to make people joke, to try to make themselves feel better. But even those people you have to look out for. Because just like how Will Smith and Jada Pinkett felt slighted because of the joke that Chris Rock said on the stage, and Will and to go defend his woman's feelings goes up and smacks the dog shit out of Chris Rock. Well, I know punks out there who itch up like Chris Rock did right there. And then they will continue to run off at the mouth, and then they'll go and get a gun. And that's when they come back and shoot everybody but the person that smacked the dog shit out of them. Do I think Chris Rock was wrong for not retaliating at that moment right there against Will Smith? No. Chris Rock did the right and professional thing by standing his ground, standing there, and not putting his hands back on to Will Smith. He did the right thing by maintaining control of this situation because, like I said, Will Smith showed that he's about that on site action. At his seat, he told Chris Rock repeatedly to keep his wife's name out of his mouth. To the point where Chris Rock had to give him a confirmation. Okay, I got you. I'm not gonna say her name no more. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm Ahk Lord Mullins, and this is the Ahk